Okay, let's dive right into this explainer by tackling a fitness rule that's so famous, it's literally hardwired into almost every smartphone and smartwatch on the planet. We're talking, of course, about the daily goal of 10,000 steps. I mean, we all know it, we all try to hit it, and our little devices throw a digital party when we do. But today, we're going to break down the actual science, bust some pretty massive myths, and look at exactly what happens to your body and your brain when you actually commit to this daily walking habit. To kick things off, we really have to ask a super basic question. Where did this 10,000 steps rule even come from? Now, you'd probably assume this golden number was handed down by the world's leading cardiovascular experts, right? Like after decades of rigorous clinical trials. Well, the truth is going to shock you because it has virtually nothing to do with modern medicine. As this striking Guardian headline points out, the origins of our absolute favorite fitness benchmark didn't start in a sterile lab, and they definitely weren't published in some prestigious medical journal. No, they started in an advertising agency. So here's the crazy part. 10,000 steps simply translates to Mampo-ke in Japanese. It was just a really catchy, memorable name created for a clever marketing campaign to sell pedometers way back in 1960s Japan. It was entirely unrelated to any sort of medical mandate or physiological threshold. It just sounded good. But hey, before you take your smartwatch and throw it out the window, hold on a second. Because that brings us to section 2, unlocking your physical health and finding the true sweet spot. Now, the fascinating twist here is that modern clinical science actually backs up this old marketing gimmick. Check out this massive number, 47%. Modern evidence shows that walking at least 7,000 steps daily lowers your all-cause mortality risk by an incredible 47% compared to someone taking just 2,000 steps a day. I mean, that is a staggering improvement in your overall life expectancy, literally just from putting one foot in front of the other. And it gets better. The Journal of Advanced and Future Research notes that the health benefits actually plateau right around that 7,000 to 10,000 step mark. Pushing way past that, it might actually yield diminishing returns for the average person. This is fantastic news, guys, because it means you don't need to push yourself to grueling extremes or go out and run marathons to reap the maximum rewards. The sweet spot is totally achievable. Looking at this breakdown, a daily 30-day walking commitment safely burns off around 300 to 500 calories a day. To put that into perspective, over a month, that creates a really natural, sustainable calorie deficit leading to about 1 to 2 kilograms of weight loss, especially targeting that stubborn, visceral fat around the waist. Plus, it fortifies your cardiovascular system, strengthens your heart, and lowers your resting heart rate. It even cures that dreadful midday energy crash so many of us get. And you don't have to do it all at once. A really fascinating study from the Journal of Physical Education and Sport looked at how we adapt to this exercise. They had folks do a simple step-up and step-down routine, gradually increasing their time from a measly 3 minutes on day 1 up to 30 minutes by the end of the month. It's all about that gentle, progressive build-up. And the results? Well, by simply adhering to that gradual progression, without even touching their diets, by the way, these participants saw profound internal changes. Looking at these numbers, their fasting blood glucose levels plummeted from an average of over 107 down to just under 90 milligrams per deciliter. That right there proves how incredibly effective consistent, moderate walking is for improving insulin sensitivity. Your body literally becomes a machine at converting blood glucose into energy. All right, moving on to section 3, the mental health boost and walking away from stress. So, we've talked about the waistline, but honestly, the most powerful impact happens right inside your brain. A massive 100-day workplace study looked at nearly 2,000 participants, and the results proved that walking is a highly potent mental health intervention. Just by doing a daily walking challenge, folks saw their depressive symptoms decreased by over 7.5%, and anxiety dropped by 5%. It's actively changing your brain's neurochemistry, triggering the release of serotonin and endorphins, and visibly reducing stress and anger. But the real secret sauce researchers uncovered here, you don't need to be flawless. These mood-boosting effects happened simply from consistent engagement. It really didn't matter if they hit exactly 10,000 steps every single day. What mattered was the routine and the intention. It's all about engagement over perfection if you want a happier mind. Let's pivot to section 4, real-world results and a 30-day transformation. To bring all this clinical data out of the lab and into the real world, let's look at this amazing story of a 24-year-old Reddit user who documented her own 30-day challenge. Before this, she was completely exhausted, maybe hitting 2,000 steps a day max. She'd get completely paralyzed by perfectionism and the need for instant physical results, which just led straight to burnout. But after focusing purely on just walking for 30 days, she became energized, effortlessly hit her 10,000-step goal, and developed this incredible intuitive connection to her own body. And the physical metrics totally speak for themselves. Without any punishing gym sessions or crazy crash diets, she organically shed 6 pounds, dropping from 181 to 175, and lost an inch and a half off her waist, literally just by getting those daily steps in. Oh, and she also noted her sleep became much more consistent, and those midday crashes completely vanished. But her absolute biggest takeaway, and what resonated with thousands of people online, wasn't even the physical stuff. It was this profound mindset shift. She wrote, "Perfectionism created a negative relationship to working out. Give yourself grace." She finally learned to stop punishing herself for missing a day and instead started celebrating the small, daily wins that really compound over time. Which brings us perfectly to Section 5, the playbook, how to start walking today. So, how do we actually apply this to our own crazy busy lives? Well, here is your rapid-fire scientific playbook to get going. First up, start small. If you're currently at 3,000 steps, please don't jump to 10,000 tomorrow. Just add 500 to 1,000 steps per week to avoid injury. Number two, maybe invest in an under-desk walking pad to completely eliminate the bad weather excuse. Third, try to walk outside in the morning. That early sunlight is a proven combatant against seasonal affective disorder. And finally, keep a quick daily journal of your distance. Tracking it naturally builds accountability and positive momentum. Another really cool concept you should know is NEAT. That stands for non-exercise activity thermogenesis. Basically, it's the energy you burn doing everything that isn't sleeping, eating, or formal exercise. By just increasing your NEAT, like choosing the stairs, parking further away at the grocery store, or just pacing around your living room while you're on a call, you're actively burning hundreds of calories without ever stepping foot in a gym. It's a total game changer. Because, as highlighted by the Journal of Advanced and Future Research, the ultimate beauty of walking is its absolute accessibility. It requires no pricey gym membership, no fancy equipment, and no specialized environment. It's a profoundly powerful health intervention available to almost everyone, no matter your age, fitness level, or income. So what does this all mean? Well, the science is crystal clear. Your body was evolutionarily designed to move, and modern research shows it only takes a fraction of the effort we originally thought to unlock some truly profound health benefits. So I'll leave you with this. If the cure to burnout and fatigue is literally sitting right outside your front door, what's stopping you from taking those first 1,000 steps today? Take that first step, give yourself some grace, and just watch how your mind and body transform.